Hi, welcome to my channel. This is tutorial number 1, and here we will be looking at the difference between the two numbers and how we can use that to solve our puzzle. So let's look at it here where I have two numbers next to each other, top and bottom, where the difference is 1. So just want to explain briefly what I hope this is not too confusing for you, but um, this is number of black squares in row A and row B when x minus y is 1. Okay, so um, this means x has to be bigger than y. So I'm talking about 4 and 3, 8 and 7, not the other way around. So when x minus y is equal to 1, there will be at least one black square in row A. There has to be at least one. Okay, and in row B, the number of black squares is always one less than the number of black squares in row A. So if I have two black squares here, then I will have one down here. If I have one up here, then I would have none. Okay, I cannot have 0 black squares up here because row A has to have at least one. Okay, and then I will explain to you why. We're gonna look at an example where I have a 5 and a 4. Okay, so um, here if you look at the red square here, this is a 3 by 3, 5 is in the center. Okay, so here if you look at, let's just concentrate it on the bottom portion here. So this is 4. So in here, the most number of black squares that I could put it in here is 4. I cannot put 5 because it's a 4. So if I have 4 here, then on the top I will have 1. Right? So 1 black square up here and then 4. And so that'll be 5 black squares within the 3 by 3 here, which is 5 is in the center. Uh, and the most number of black square in here is 4. As I said, it cannot be a 6 or 7, obviously because of number 4. So that is the reason why there has to be at least one black square here, at least one. Okay, and if this is 1 and this is 4, then I'm gonna go down here now. Okay, since I have 4 black squares up there, obviously there will be none down here, right? Now, let's see if I have 2 black squares up there, then I would have 3 in here, right? If I have 2 up here, then I would have 3 down here. Now, if you look at this row here, since we have 3 here, I would have 1 black square. So if I have 2 black square up here, I would have 3 here, and then I would have 1 here. So 2 black squares and 1 black square. So row B is 1 less than row A. I had 2, I had 1. Okay. And same thing. Let's say I had 1 black square up here. Right. Actually, let's say I have 3 black squares up here. Let's say I have 3. Then down here, I would have 2 to make a 5. So if I have 2 down here, I would have 2 here, right? If I have 2 black squares up here, then I have 2 here because this is 4, right? So 3 here, 2 here, 2 here. So 3 and 2, right? This is 1 less than the top, okay? Don't worry about the black squares in the center, okay? We're only looking at the top and the bottom. Another thing that's very important to remember is this is also very obvious, but it will come in handy. So let's say you have two black squares up here, and then you have one down here. If you have two black squares, that means one of them is a gray area. If you have one black square here, then two will be the gray area. So it is very obvious, but yes, there will be a time where you're going to need that information. Okay, so let's look at some other examples where the difference x minus y is 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5, 8, 7. They're all same. Of course, you're gonna think here, 8, 7, there has to be at least one black square. Well, there's an exception. If there's one here, then um, then I have to have 7, right? You can understand it, right? We're looking at 3 by 3 with 8 in the center. So if I have one black square up there, then this has to be, we have to have 7 here, but we only have 6 spaces. So it doesn't make sense. So that's actually obvious. Yeah, when you see an 8, it has to be 2. But the other rule applies. If you have 2 black squares here, then you'll have 1. If you have 3, you'll have 2. Okay? And okay, we looked at the example where the top number was bigger than the bottom one, but that's the same thing. If this is bigger, 4 and 3, then the row A gets reversed. So now the side where with the bigger number, you'll have, if you have one more black square, then the row with the smaller number. So if I have 2 black squares here, then you have 1. Same thing when the numbers are left and right. 8 and 7, right? So this becomes row A, this is row B, right? 2 here, 1 here, 3 here, 2 here. Same thing. Now 5 is here, 4 is here, 5 minus 4. So this becomes row A and this becomes row B. Everything, exact same thing applies. Okay. So here's an actual example. This 4, 3, right? You have 2 black squares and then 1. Then these two, you'll have 2 gray and 1 gray. Same thing, you have 3 black squares and these 2 will be black. Now 5 is up here on the right. So I have 1 black square, then there's none, because this side there will be 1 less than this side. Okay, so we looked at how we looked at the instance where the difference between the two numbers was 1. On the next, in our next tutorial, I'm gonna look at the same thing where the difference between two numbers